What's up, guys? Welcome back. In today's video, I'm going to be swapping out the differential on the car. Currently, the car has a Tomei two-way LSD, the old school mechanical style, and it's a little too aggressive for my liking. I know all these LSDs that you get some kind of like clunking and tire chirping or locking as you turn at slow speeds or tight turns like U-turns, or basically like parking, coming out of a parking space. They're a little aggressive, right? But this two-way is a little too aggressive for my liking, and because of that, I went ahead and got a OS Geekin, which you've seen in the previous video. And so today I'm going to swap that out. I still have my stock diff, the 3.7 open diff. I'm going to leave that unmolested in case I have complications with this setup. Then I'll just go ahead and grab the stock one, throw it back in the car, and at least I know I'll be able to drive the car. So let's do it. All right, guys, I'm underneath the car, and I spare you the boredom of watching me undo the drive shaft, the exhaust, the little cross piece that goes from here to here. That's gone, and I have undone all the bolts that holds the actual axle into the diff. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna undo this drain plug, let this drain out, and once it's done draining out, all I have to do is remove these 3 bolts back here, and then this one and this one, and then I'll drop the diff, and then I'll pick it up. So here I have the diff completely out of the car. I'm going to undo these 14mm bolts, take the cover off, and also I'm going to remove these 12mm bolts all the way around and take each of the half axles out, and then I'll be able to take the differential out of here. Alright, so something I should have explained before I undo these bolts right here. I'm going to remove this half axle, which I'm going to use this brass pin and a hammer to kind of tap it out from here, and it'll pop out, and then you'll have access to remove this this piece right here. Another thing to note is the previous person marked right here with this purple paint, so there's a mark showing where which part of the retainer lines up with the diff itself, and also on this side. So that just makes it a little easier when it's time to put it back together. You can see it pops right off, and then it just comes right out. Set that over here. So now you can see the diff is about ready to come right out. So you just gotta angle it like that. But I'm gonna undo these bolts because I need this ring gear right here to put onto the new diff. Alright, so here's the little retainer for the axle. So there's a seal here, and I'm gonna pop this seal out. The golden looking part, bronze, is the seal. I'm gonna pop that out to put the new ones in. So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use this brass punch right here. I'm gonna make sure you can see. And I'm going to get back, not this little lip, because I don't want to damage that. I'm gonna go behind all the way to the seal and just use the hammer and tap that out. There it is, just like that. Now here are the replacement ones. They're both the same part number, 903-11-47008. So all I'm gonna do is clean this little ridge right here, inside here. And here's the new seal. You can put some lube on it if you want, but you really don't need to. You're gonna get something that's about the diameter of the seal itself and tap it in place. Or if you don't have that, you're just gonna have to trust yourself. Actually, I'm gonna take these over to the bench press. and I couldn't find anything the same diameter as the new seal, so I'm going to use the old seal. So I'll take the old seal and I'm going to use the back of it because it's wider than the front, is a lot thinner. So I'm going to set it back to back with the new one. Then I'm going to get a flat piece of metal. Put that on top of it. Make sure it's super center so it pops in real good. And then start pumping and just watch it, and you'll notice when it stops moving. And this is the finished product. Alright, so now I got the outer seals pressed in. There's an O-ring right here. Just gonna pop these off. One on each side. I'm gonna run a little brake cleaner down the little groove. Make sure it's nice and clean. Then of course you're gonna put new ones, and the part number is 90301-96003. All you're gonna do is just pop it on, just like that. Same thing on this side. So that's it as far as tearing down. In fact, I'm already in the rebuild assembly stage because I already popped the new seal in here, do the new O-ring, clean up the shaft here, clean this up. And these are the bolts that's going to hold this retainer in place. These are the cover for the diff. And so this is for the left side, that is for the right side. And I have the actual housing down here draining out. I cleaned that up real good. I have the final gear right here. It's clean. The bolts are here and clean. And here's the cover plate. That is the old diff. So now I'm going to unbox the new diff over here. And then I have to go press on these two bearings. Now the bearings are going to be on the outside, just like this one. So this bearing needs to be pressed on here, and then one's down here. But I'm not going to reuse these old ones. I bought two new ones. And so, of course, they're the same part number. It's the exact same. It's just one is on the left side, one's on the right side. And so the part numbers, our part number is 90366-50033. Now, what was explained to me by the guy at OS Geekin is that that is all you need to make this work. But before I go ahead and press them in, I'm going to take one of these plying shaft and make sure it actually goes into the diff before I go any further. Because if it doesn't go in, I'm just going to run home, get my stock diff, put that in the car, and then go from there. All right, so let's unbox this one first. It should be 2 liters of their recommended oil, and it is the 80 weight 250 OS Geekin, and this is full synthetic, and this is what they recommend, so I wouldn't put anything other than it. Now this right here is the OS Geekin 1.5 LS Superlock. Yeah. It's a little lubricated, but there's nothing to see here. That's a bunch of clutch packs in there. It's kind of hard to see through these holes. So this is your newer style diff with the clutch packs, not the old gear type. So I'm gonna take one of these, make sure it actually lines up with the spline in here. Yep, it does. You already almost want to lock in place. So now I can go ahead and assemble that. So something I just figured out is this little bezeled area in here is a part of the bearing. So this is the new bearing. I just removed it from the box, and it comes with the same little piece. So the bearing actually sits in it. So it comes as one unit. I didn't know. So I didn't pop this one out when I had the seal out. So now I'm not going to bother because I don't want to ruin the seal that I just put in. So I'm just going to actually use the bearing literally alone for this area here. However, it needs to be pressed on to here and both sides. So I'm going to go back to the press over here press these on, come back, and then easy peasy from there. Toyota says you should use new one of these. I didn't get new one, so I'm going to redo these. However, they're supposed to be torqued to 47 feet-pounds. And you need red Loctite as well, which I have here. Alright, so got the bolts torqued in. Now it's time to start reassembling this puppy here. And it's that simple. So now remember, you gotta pop up on the diff so you can get it to line up where it needs to go. So I guess this is the best way to pull the quarter axle into the diff, is to just pull on these round little by little until it's all the way snug in there. Then you torque them to 16 feet-pounds. All right, so it's nice and good, and these are gonna get torqued to 16 foot-pounds or 22 Newton meters. In my case, I didn't bring my torque wrench, so I'm using the shop one, and it doesn't go down as low as 20. This one starts at 40, so I'm gonna go see if they have a smaller one, but 22 Newton meters or 16 feet-pounds is what these are gonna get torqued down. Time to pop the axle back into place. Nice and good. Make sure the splines line up. When you see it start rotating, that's when you know it's good. Get your hammer, hit it right down the center. And there you go. All put back together. I'm gonna fill it with oil on the bench because it's hard to fill it in the car with the stuff they have here. So I'm just gonna fill it here on the bench, same way as if it was in the car, and then I'll go ahead and tighten everything. So the next step is to put the silicone maker or gasket maker on, put the cover on, and then the cover gets tightened to 58 feet-pounds, and then I'll go ahead and put it back in the car. And for this, I'm gonna use Toyota FIPG again because it's Mr. Loyal. I've never had any issues with it. This is kind of how it would be in the car, kind of like flat or level. So I'm gonna go ahead and fill it here, and once it starts coming out this hole, the fill hole, I'll go ahead and plug it up just like I would in the car. All right, so the diff is installed. I put a new Guido wheel. That's a brand new one, and the part number for that is 37511 30020, and these are torqued to 64 foot-pounds or pound-feet, 64. So there's 6 on this side, 6 on this side, and then because these use the same style size hex, I'm going to tighten these to 64 as well. And then all I'm going to do from here is put the drive shaft back in and then put the exhaust up, and that'll be it. So these get tightened to 105 feet-pounds. two big ones up front, those get tightened to 108 foot-pounds. All right, so final walkthrough, everything's bolted up. The exhaust is back in place. Everything looks nice and good at the moment. Everything is nice and tight. So I'm gonna set it down and go for a test drive. All right guys, so that's a wrap as far as the installation goes, but I'll do another video about how it feels, how it sounds tomorrow, because my battery is about to die and the shop closes in 10 minutes. So I'll do a separate video on how it performs. So I'm out. Peace.